So hi guys, we are back with another video, and today we are having Mr. Sairam with us, and he is pursuing his masters from TU Munich. Welcome, Sairam, and we are very happy that you are here with us and doing a podcast. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Piyush, for inviting me for this podcast. Very glad that I'm here.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Sairam, for joining us. And let us start this podcast by asking you your first question. That can you tell us about yourself and your profile? That what you have done in your bachelor's, about your GRE scores and IELTS scores, if you have given IELTS. Yeah.
Sure. I started my bachelor's at the Mr Sairam Engineering College, which is in Chennai. It's an Anna University affiliated college, and I pursued the bachelor's in electrical and electronics engineering. And during my bachelor's, as a final project, we designed an DC-DC converter. And apart from this, I had worked on a project which is about designing solar electric car for various racing competitions. It was a team of
Wow.
5. I headed the electrical team of nearly 6 people, and I was responsible for designing material procurement and sizing of the entire electrical vehicle system and stuff. So we won one of the competition called the Electric Solar Vehicle Championship, which in 2017 was Asia's largest solar racing car championship competition. We won second runner-up in that particular competition. And then with all this, I did an internship at Defense Research Development Organization, DRDO, in Bengaluru. So there I learned about electrical design of solar-based UAVs, the unmanned aerial vehicles. And upon completion of my internship, I joined TCS in Engineering Industrial Services of TCS. There I joined as an embedded system trainee, where I learned about embedded systems, IoT, and technologies. And later I joined TCS Chennai as electrical design engineer. There, basically, we designed electrical substations for its protection and control systems. We upgrade breaker controls, voltage regulators controls, and all this stuff. And I had 3 years of work experience there. So after, I thought of moving on and pursuing my master's so that I can shift my careers, because the world today is electromobility and renewable energy technology. So I thought, let me build some skills in that particular area so that I can find a job. I can find some opportunities there and do a job switch.
Wow, you
So
have
you
done
had a
so
lot on
many
your paper.
things.
Thank
Yes.
you.
That's really great. And why you choose Germany for your masters? You could have chosen either USA or the countries like Australia nowadays. They are growing fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Australia, Canada. Yeah.
yes. So when it comes to core electrical and mechanical engineering, Germany is already very, very known for it. So, and then Germany has already set very high targets. They currently have 46% of renewable energy in that in their country, and then they are very good in automotive industry as well. They have almost all the leading companies in the world, and especially in the Europe region, right? So all these made perfect sense for me, because my goals were more oriented towards automotive and the renewable energy technology, and they were really doing well. This is one of the important factors. And second important factor was the cost of living and the cost to pursue the masters. It was more economical compared to any other country. And most of the German universities, they don't even charge any fees. If it's a public university, they don't charge any fees to students. So it was more economical option also. So these two are the important factors why I chose Germany. And the which I took for this particular was only the IELTS. The GRE for the course which I applied for was not required. So I had taken IELTS test, and then I submitted score as an English proof. Alternatively, we can submit our medium of instruction certificate. That is, in case if your bachelor's were taught in English and if you have a proof for it, either in transcript or a separate certificate, you can submit that.
And what was your score in
Then you will
IELTS?
not require the IELTS.
Yes, then we will not require the IELTS. My score was 7 in IELTS.
Wow, that's a good score.
So, in which major are you pursuing your masters? Please
So I
tell
am
us the name
pursuing.
and yeah.
Sure. I am pursuing Master of Science in Power Engineering.
Power engineering, great.
Power engineering is a
And
combination of electrical and mechanical engineering.
yeah, And you're pursuing from TU Munich, so it is the university which is dream university for many students, right?
Yeah.
So just tell me, like, apart from this reason that it is one of the best universities, what else did you find different in TU Munich from other universities that you chose to pursue a master's from here?
Yes, sure. So in TU Munich, there are a lot of research is going on. They have tie-ups with a lot of companies, industries, and especially they have a lot of good student teams. For example, TU Hyperloop, and then I am currently part of student team called TU EcoFast, which engineers electrical vehicles for efficiency as well as for racing purpose. So these are the teams who are exceptionally performing well and known globally as well. For example, for the past 3 years, TUM Hyperloop was winning the Elon Musk's Hyperloop pod competition
Right.
since its inception.
Wow.
So these are the important things which attracted me towards TU Munich. And other thing is that Munich, it's a very good city, and it's one of the costly city as well, unfortunately. And
However, the
same time, it
opportunity
has
is very, very
yes,
high.
same time opportunities are very high. Most of the
Yes.
companies are centered in this area. So for students, or if you want to have a professional jobs that is in technical areas or in non-technical areas, you still have a lot of opportunities here. These are the other factors which attracted me to TU Munich.
So, as you said about the TU Munich, apart from this, which universities did you apply to?
I applied for 2 universities in Germany
Okay.
totally. One is the University of Stuttgart, and then one is Technical University of Munich. So I got into both, and I chose TU Munich over Stuttgart.
So you were so sure that you will get into these 2 universities.
Honestly, I was not sure. I just tried my luck, and it favored me very well.
Oh my God. However, your profile is so great that yes, you will get into TU.
So, in German, is German language is required actually? I don't think.
Yes, for admission perspective, for eligibility perspective, you don't need to have any German knowledge. But in order to find good jobs, you should have good German knowledge. And day-to-day communication with the common people here when you go to shops or when you have kind of normal communication, German is really, really important. They do understand English. Mostly they speak English, but it's not so good that we understand it. And then
So we can learn German after going to Germany, right? Like we can opt for the subjects and learn.
Yes.
yes.
And
I
we
have
have also
opted
seen
for
that
German.
okay. That's what I was going to say. Yeah.
Yes, I have opted for German as a course along with my program. So as we complete the engineering degree, then we can get this German also. So it's
And
not
you get the
mandatory
credits,
to
right?
have a German. Yeah, we'll get a credits. It's not mandatory
Okay.
to complete German in order to get a degree for this particular course. However, for other courses, it is mandatory just to enroll in that course to give
Okay.
conditional admits. That is, after you join within first semester, you have to complete A1. So there are some kind of conditions also. So however, it varies from course to course and college to college.
Okay, so
Generally, for English taught programs, they don't ask German.
Oh, okay. It's nothing like that. Only in mechanical department you need a German language before applying, during applying. But in electrical department you don't need German language. So it's
No,
not
it's not like that. It's not like that. Yeah, it depends on college to college, and it depends on the course to course also.
Great.
So when you got admitted in your college, means during the time of pandemic you got, or before it?
Yes, I got everything happened during the pandemic. I started applying during the March month of last year, 2020, and then when I looked into the application, unfortunately, it was already closed. And then because of the COVID-19, they had extended the application deadline till June 30th. That's how when I started preparing my SOP, LOR, and all this stuff, and then I completed my application exactly 2 days before, June 28th, and that 30th was the deadline. I got my VPD by July month, I guess. I had given 1 month of time to submit the VPD, and then I got my admission during the September month. And fortunately, during the month of May, our colleges started operating with very less amount of professors. So I had it was easy for me to go and get the LORs and all this stuff. And then I got my admission during the September month. I booked my visa and then I showed all the documents to them, and then I was granted visa. Then November 10th, I reached Munich.
Okay, so it almost took 2 months to get admitted.
Yes.
After
Yeah.
you sent your
And
application.
was the whole
Yes.
procedure the usual one like the previous years, or were there some changes?
Yeah, there were some changes. Earlier, they didn't. They were mandatorily asking for English proof, and this year they said, no, you can submit your bachelor's medium of instruction as your proof. You need not submit your IELTS score or something. So that was the one more change. And then there was a change in the deadline. So that was another thing which
Yeah, the
was very,
deadlines
very
were
useful
extended,
for
right?
us.
Yes. That's great.
Okay. So please tell us about the course structure, like the course structure of the subject that you're studying.
Yes. So I'm studying in power engineering. So power engineering, many people, they think that it's more related to the electrical power transmission distribution, but it's not.
So actually you are studying in MS in power engineering, or you are studying MS in electrical engineering, but you are doing specialization in power engineering?
No. I am studying MSc in power engineering.
Okay.
So this has two different modules. We should take courses from electrical modules, as well as we should take some subjects from mechanical modules. So there are 8 subjects which will be covered from both electrical and mechanical, and everybody has to do that irrespective of the background. So this is one thing. And then you can choose a wide number of electives, and depending on the electives and courses you choose, you can master many particular areas. For example, if you want to master in the area of transmission, power systems and all, you can choose subjects accordingly. Or if you want to master in the areas of control systems, renewable technologies, or at least power electronics, you can choose your laboratories and subjects accordingly. It's a very, very diversified and wide course. Depending on the subjects you choose, depending on the goals you have, your career path will be totally different.
Okay, so it means if anybody wants to get into the renewable energy sector, like solar energy, wind energy, then he or she can choose subjects regarding that solar energy or renewable wind energy.
So then you can choose subjects like power electronics, and you can choose power electronics for renewable energy technologies, and you can choose subjects on renewable energy technologies. If you want to do solar, you can choose subject on design modeling of wind. If you want to choose wind, I'm telling. If you can choose subjects like design modeling and simulation of wind turbines and wind systems, and then you can again choose power electronics, and you can study renewable energy technology. So depending on the combination you choose, you will get to master a particular area.
Okay, that's great. And with this question, I would like to add another question, previously which you have answered. That after you get an admit into TU Munich, so do you have to give any interview? Like I think there are some TUs where the interview has to be done first of all.
Yes. Interview is the part of the admission process. So first they will evaluate your profile for 100 marks. So first 55 marks is just given for your CGPA and the score you get during your bachelor's. So 25 marks will be directly given based on your CGPA. 50 points will be given based on the subjects you have taken in bachelor's which are relevant to the course you are applying for. So these are the 55 points, and rest 45 points, 25 points is for your letter of recommendations, 2 letter of recommendations. 20 points is for your statement of interest. So if you score more than 75, then you will receive an invitation for an interview, which is second round. If you score more than 95 in the first round, you will get selected directly. Unfortunately, nobody easily gets selected into direct admission. So everybody has to go through an interview. And interview, they will ask you, a professor from TUM will come and ask you questions on basics of electrical engineering, basics of mechanical engineering as well. Very, very fundamental practical questions. And mostly the interview will focus on your motivation. Why do you want to come to Germany? Why do you want to have this particular course? Mostly it's part of that. And then they will evaluate for another 55 marks.
So they would mainly see that what students want to do after coming to TU Munich and how they are going to take their courses and what they
Yes.
are going
Will
to
they
do.
able
Exactly.
be to cope up with the coursework and all, right?
Exactly,
Mhm.
exactly. All these things will be seen, and then you will be given an admission class. So mostly what they expect is your motivation, because since the students are from different background and they will have ideas to focus on different subjects, they don't expect you to answer all the questions correctly.
Yes.
At least 70 to 80% of the technical questions, if you answer it correctly, it's well and good.
Okay. And please tell us about the internship opportunities and fundings in TU Munich. I hope many students are waiting for this question to be answered. So please tell
Yes.
us.
Yeah, there are a few scholarships available. We can go to the university's website and then we can apply for the scholarship, provided you have to do some voluntary work and some campaigns or blood donation or any social related work. And then you should also have a very good profile. A profile in the sense very good score in your bachelor's or in your master's. If you are applying for the second semester scholarship, then you have to have very good score in first semester. So this is how it is seen and given scholarship. So apart from this, the funding you have to obviously make it on your own. You can either take an education loan or you can put your own pocket money. And how it starts is that Germany, they have a concept of blocked account. So as a student, you need to send 10,350 euros per year to any blocked account service provider. So what they will do is once you reach Germany and once you open a bank account, then you can link your bank account with the blocked account and they will transfer you 863 euros per month. That is for your expenses. That 863 euros is calculated based on the cost of living in Munich, because Munich is the costliest city. If you are in other parts of Germany, it will not cost as much as it's going to cost in Munich. The majority of the cost goes to your rent. Rent is the very costliest part in Munich, and on average it goes like 450 to 550 euros. If you are staying in student and work, that is student dorm, then the rent may be little less, maybe 350 euros or 400 euros something. So overall cost of
So you can also work off campus too.
yes, we can work. We can work. Yeah.
Okay.
So overall cost, whatever you are bringing in from India, that will be sufficient to manage the entire year.
Okay.
In case if you want to do more, or if you wanted to say start, if you're taking a loan, if you want to start repaying the loan, and then you can find some part-time jobs here in Munich, and then you can start repaying.
Okay. So, can you tell us that apart from academics in the university, what are the other things that a student must involved in?
Yes, sure. So, since we are into the master's program and not a bachelor's program is the phase where we explore more. We participate in more activities and we try to learn more. But unfortunately, very few are doing that, and they are focusing just on the studies and marks, and they are trying to do, and they are trying to diversify themselves in the masters. That is going to be really tough for everybody. So that habit of diversifying and exploring areas should come in the bachelor's phase itself. So in the masters also, ideally, you should do the same. You should participate in a lot of student teams. You can participate in, these kind of competitions. You can build your own hobby project if you like if you like an area, you can start building your hobby project. So apart, and you have to think in terms of how you can apply whatever you are learning in day-to-day life, and then you can solve some real life problems. For example, if you learn control systems today, let's try to implement that in some small project. It may be a door control or something like that. So this kind of everyday applicative thinking will really help a lot, and participating in student teams will help a lot. And apart from studies, studying German, learning German is very important for jobs and all the communication and all the purpose. So
So
that's also
basically, students should try to be more practical and learn more
yes,
practically, right?
practical things, correct? Yes.
Yeah.
And one
So
more important thing is that the technologies now are not limited to core engineering like electrical or mechanical. This is going towards IT, IoT technologies, and we have business 4.0. So everything is rapidly changing. So having IT knowledge will really help to be better in these areas. And there are plenty of job opportunities in the IT areas. compared to core electrical or core
Core,
mechanical.
yeah.
So having the IT is also in particular areas like data science, machine learning, IoT technologies, embedded
Cloud.
coding. These are the areas which have wide amount of opportunities.
So as we know, in course curriculum, there are two options. One is thesis and another one is project. So which one did you opt for actually?
Yes, here we have to do a master's thesis in order to complete a course,
Okay.
and then we also have to do an internship. So it's kind of mandatory in this course. So you don't have any other option.
Okay.
So
Apart from
as
that,
we
if you
know
want to
that,
build any projects, it's your hobby project.
Okay, so we can do thesis with project too, right?
Project.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Okay, great.
but I think if you choose a thesis option,
Hmm.
so during the course curriculum, there are certain subjects where project is mandatory, with mini projects.
No, it's not like that here.
Is there something like that?
No, it's not like that.
Okay,
You can choose any subject you want, any to be specific, any department you want, and you can do. You can work on a thesis. You can work on a research project. No, you can
Okay.
do the simulations,
Okay.
and you can submit it.
And you can also work on multiple projects too.
Yes,
If you
provided
want, they
you
are-
have time and you are efficient, and yeah.
yeah.
Usually, to work in one project, it's very hectic.
Okay. So can you tell us about the housing scenario? Means whether you are staying on campus or off campus, and what is the cost of living in on campus housing or off campus housing?
Yeah, sure. I'm staying in off campus, 15 minutes from the university. The cost of living here for the rent is 2,400 euros per apartment. So we are staying as a group of 5 people. So everybody will be paying 480 euros per head per month. So this is the amount for rent, and then for cooking, we bring ingredients and then we cook our own. We don't go to restaurants and eat, so that we can be efficient. And then
Yes.
so still that will cost you 80 to 160 euros per month per person, depending on what kind of food you eat. And then you have to pay health insurance of 110 euros. Recently they changed it, so this is another expense.
Okay.
And then you can still save 100 to 150 euros depending on your rent. So entirely depends on your rent. If rent is going to be costly, you cannot save much. These are the monthly expenses. Still you can manage it with the blocked account, which is 863 euros, which you get monthly.
So if any student is doing a
Yeah,
part-time
Vishnu.
job, whether it's off campus or on campus, so can he pay for his rent?
Yes, he can pay.
For
In
the-
part-time job, one can earn from 8 euros, 8 or 9 euros per hour till 13 euros. Or this is the pay they usually provide. So you can earn a good amount of money, say at least 450 euros to 1,200 euros per month, depending on the
Okay.
kind of part-time job you do. It will be really sufficient to pay the rent as well as to cover up all the expenses. Again, depending on what kind of part-time job is it.
Okay.
Okay. So what are your
We can
plans
work for
after
20 hours.
MS? Yeah. When you are a student,
yes.
then you can work for 20 hours per week. Okay.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
So what are your plans after MS? Means do you want to
So
get further
my
into
long
PhD?
term.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yes. Please continue. Yeah.
No, I actually had different plans. My plan was to do MBA, and then I ended up with MS because I wanted to start a company on my own in the future in the areas of renewables and electric mobility. So that's my long term goal. And then same time, I need to back up financially. So my financial status should be stable in order to do that. So I felt this will be satisfying me both. I will be getting the technical knowledge as well as the international exposure, where I can meet a lot of people who are here. There are a lot of groups here. You can Google groups like Munich Valley. It's like Silicon Valley. We have Munich Valley here. It's all bright entrepreneurs who are here. They have a lot of startups. So depending on again your goals, you have a lot of options here. If you want to do PhD, you have a lot of people. You can build network. If you want to start a company, you have a lot of people and a lot of ways to do that. And then so I found that all these are relatable. And then starting on a company, it's better to have a lot of knowledge when you are going to start a technical company on your own, because it will save a lot of investment for you instead of investing on somebody else. And for technical stuff, if you have that knowledge, it's going to be easy for you. So I felt this should be the right way of approach for myself, and then I did this. So coming to the question again, my long-term goal is to start a company on my own, and then so I'll try to find a job in the area of renewables or electrical vehicles, stabilize myself, gain exposure and knowledge as well. Same time, I'll be building a company.
Okay, so
Sounds
with this
great.
question, I am going to add another question. What do you think about the entrepreneurship culture in Germany, mainly? Because your long-term plan is also starting a company. So can you give us a basic idea about it? Yeah.
Yes, entrepreneurship culture it's very good. There are a lot of startups, as I said. There are a lot of young entrepreneurs who are in this, and mostly they are formed out of Munich. They conduct a lot of startup ideas and startup related competitions as well. You can search for Munich Valley in internet.
Okay.
You will find you have a Facebook group, and then you can find some good networks. You have a LinkedIn group also. There you can find good number of networks and people who really wanted people. That is in other entrepreneurs or other motivated people.
Wow, great. So international student can also start entrepreneurship, or they can start their company there. They will be backed up.
Yes, it's a bit difficult because it takes a lot of investment. Yes, and it's not that we can start our own company that easily, but at the same time, if we are surrounded with such people, we can get to work with them. So even though if you don't have a company on your name, but if you get with them, it feels like you are working for some cause, being more independent rather than having a job. So that option is also good, equally satisfying as being an entrepreneur. So that will be my kind of my backup plan as well. And another wise option will be to gain networks, to gain contacts, come back to our own country and start a good company. So that also will be a very wise option. So we have a lot of options.
Great. And now please tell us about the tuition fees. Like how much money are you supposed to pay for tuition fees in TU Munich?
In TU Munich, depends on the courses, the tuition fee varies. For this particular course, there is no tuition fee, and they charge a fee called semester fee, which is 75 euros. And they charge another fee of 64.4 euros or something, which 75 euros. Yeah, it's very, very less. And then they charge a fee of 64.4 euros or something. That is for your travel. With that, you will get a ticket, semester ticket.
Okay.
With that, you can travel in and around Munich for free. On weekdays, you can travel only after 6 p.m. till morning 6 a.m. On weekends, you can travel anytime. If you want to travel every day, all the time, then you have to pay another separate fee of 198 euros. With that, you will get a ticket for the entire semester. With that, you can travel anytime, anywhere inside the Munich. Everything inclusive, it's 144 euros. If you want the semester ticket, then it's around it adds 190 euros.
It is almost nothing compared to US. Yes.
Yeah. As compared to US universities, it is nothing.
They almost charges 40 to 50 lakhs in an average.
In Indian rupees.
Yes.
Yeah, for doing a master's. Yeah.
Yes. Here you can complete your master's in 20 lakhs. And again, it's not the same for all the universities, because only public universities, they don't charge any fees. Private universities, they do charge fees, and it will be more or less same. as other countries.
And is there any difference for German taught program or English taught program? Like, is there any difference for the semester contribution or tuition fees?
I'm not sure about this question, bro.
Okay,
Oh,
then no problem.
it's completely fine.
So,
This part.
so please tell us about some good universities for pursuing masters in the field of power systems and renewable energy.
So power systems, renewables, and all, they mostly come under the electrical and information technology department. So for electrical, power engineering, power systems, all the public universities are very, very good. Specifically, KIT is very good. And then TU Munich is very good. Berlin is very good. And you can also opt for Stuttgart. That is also well and good. These are the considerable number of universities you can opt for. And in Germany, usually the companies, they don't see the rank of the college, or no, it's not like that. It doesn't work like that. They mostly see your performance in the academics, your contribution during your academics, and your knowledge. So depending on and additionally German. So these are the main parameters they see for job opportunities or for internship opportunities.
So all of it depends on the student. If the student is having all the knowledge and everything, then he'll be able to survive in Germany, right?
Exactly, correct.
Okay.
So tell us something about job searching visa.
Yeah, so once you complete your master's in Munich, you will get a resident permit for 2 years as you are when you are in a student. So you will get, once you get a visa which is valid roughly for 6 months, you can come here, you can apply a resident permit. In Munich, they usually give for 2 years. So you can have the resident permit, or there is visa extension till the completion of your course. After you complete, you can again apply for the job seekers visa, and which is usually valid for 18 months.
Okay.
So you can either, yes, you can, yes, you have a lot of time to find a job.
So it's really a huge amount of time, because in US they only gives the 90 days of.
Yeah.
You're having just 3 months. Yeah.
And you can max you can extend up to 5 months. That's all. And I think in Germany you can extend up to 2 years, that 18 months period.
I know, I'm not sure about that. They usually give for 18 months. Yeah.
And what do you
18
think
months is
students
enough.
get within 18 months?
Yeah, if you get, then your student visa will get, job seeker visa will be there. It will be converted to job visa. Be converted.
Okay.
So it's time for the job. Then the job market right now, like what is the job market right now?
Yeah. So currently, since all the technologies, they are moving towards business 4.0 pillars, data science, artificial intelligence, and robotics process automation. These areas are in very high demand, and there are a lot of demand for managers as well. So those who wanted to pursue masters in management or MBA or something, they have good amount of opportunities. And having an experience before will really help to get a job very easily, because you can find the job according to your skill set or experience. If it's going to match, definitely they're going to take you. So having a prior experience in a very good field, which is always there, for example, in management or in technical, say data science, it's going to be there always. These kind of areas, having experience is really going to find a part-time job or internship very, very easily. And it will slightly add an advantage compared to other students.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
Okay. So please tell us about, like, should students have any kind of expectations from German universities, the international students? We'll just talk about the international students. If it is, then please tell us about it.
Yes. One thing is that the German education system is quite different compared to the Indian system, especially for the India. The exams are going to be relatively short. We write our exams for 3 hours, whereas here we write the exams are just from 45 minutes or maybe worst case 1.5 hours, not more than that. And we have very short amount of time, and we have to do a lot of stuffs in exam. So exam is a different stuff for the international students. The pattern syllabus is going to be same, different. And then another aspect of looking into this is the course, whatever they are going to teach, will be at very, very high level. They expect you to have a lot of knowledge already, because they don't, you have done a bachelor's and you have come to master's, so they don't teach any basics or fundamentals, revise them again, then they go into depth of the concept. They directly dive into the concepts. They expect you to have a good foundation, depending on the courses you are taking. Otherwise, it's going to be really tough to understand and study, and and prepare for the exams as well. Everything at the same.
Already, the duration of the program is very short, like just 2 years or 1.5 years.
Very short.
So it's understandable.
Exactly. Yes. So that we will get a lot of time to work on projects as well.
Yeah.
This kind of you can participate in the cars, or you can do projects. You can find jobs. Also, it requires a lot of time to work, right?
Okay. So now coming to one of the last questions, and I guess one of the most important questions. Please tell us about your visa experience. How did it went, and what were the procedure and everything about it?
Yes. So I hear a lot of students, aspirants telling that getting visa appointment is very, very difficult in India. And luckily, I got my admission during September 1st week, and then I was trying to call them. I was calling them continuously for 2 weeks, and then I got my visa appointment at the end of the September 29th. And then I had to arrange some set of documents, including the block document confirmation. That is, we have to transfer the amount of some 10,000 euros to a block document service provider, and we have to get the confirmation document. We need to submit that along with our visa application. And then during my visa application, they collected all the documents, and mostly they didn't ask much questions. So you have basically two options. If it is a conditional admit, then you have to go and apply for the visa at the German embassy directly. If it's an unconditional admit, you can directly apply at VFS. So these are the two different options. So I went through VFS. It was quite fast. They just asked about myself and my name, and then they asked about this motivation, just few lines about motivation. It was just very quick questions, and then they collected all the documents, and then I submitted. Within 2 days of time, they sent it to the German embassy. It started processing, and exactly after 1 month of time, I received my visa approval, and then I booked another appointment to get my visa stamped, which again took 2 more days, and then I got my visa stamped, and it was delivered home. Then I had booked a flight. It was November 10th, and I came to Germany.
You're remembering all the dates, right?
Yeah.
And you had a such smooth experience, so it's great.
Yeah. Fortunately, yes.
That's really nice. So, and do you have any tips for the upcoming students?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Sure. So one of the important tip I would like to give is part of the admission process, application process. So having a good resume, it's going to really help a lot. And then focus more on the motivation part in your statement of purpose rather than describing yourself, because there is already a CV which is going to describe everything about your professional life and personal life, academics, achievements, etc. So there is no point to repeat them again in the statement of purpose. So in statement of purpose, you can describe some activities which are related to the points you have mentioned in your CV as an extension, but not the same content again. And mostly try to talk about why Germany, what is your goal, why do you want to pursue in that particular university, why that particular course, how those subjects are going to help you, aid your goals, and why all it makes sense for you. So these kind of questions, if you answer it, then it's going to help you get a good perspective, a good score in the admission process. And second important thing is that as far as Germany is concerned, German universities, they see marks, they see your CGPA, they see your bachelor's academics, they see your bachelor's projects, especially. And so if you don't have a good CGPA, say if you have some 7.5 or 7, as for Germany, it's really very less. But in India, again, it depends on the university. Some universities have toppers with 8 CGPA. Some universities will have topper with 9.9 CGPA. So So it's a very wide difference is there among the students and among the universities in India. So if you feel that you fall in such category, what you can do is that you can try to get a rank certificate. Rank certificate is something that tells you what rank you are. So and so person belongs to a so and so department, is top 10% of the department rank holders, belongs top 10% of the department rank holders, or at least top 20% of the department rank holders. And then you can mention number of students, and you can mention what is your rank. This kind of certificate will help them to get a clear perspective about what kind of rank you are having in your academics. So you can compensate if you feel that your CGPA is a bit low, and then if you feel that you have done considerably good in academics, then you can try to get a rank certificate from your university. You can submit that. This will be mostly considered by most of the German universities. So this is one tip which I can give to students.
That's really great.
Great.
And thank you very
So
much. Yeah.
this was all for this video, guys. We'll end this podcast here only. And thank you so much, Sairam, for joining us and sharing your experience with all of us. So if you want to say anything, you can say.
Yeah, thank you once again for inviting me. Very glad that I am here. Hope you do all the best. Those who are watching this video, wish you all the best for your applications, and wish you to come soon to Germany and study. Thanks.
Thank you very much.